Hey everyone, welcome back for more Let's Play Professor Layton and the Curious Village. Last time, we got something like a treasure map from this guy's desk that he got from the Baron. And then we got a call from the innkeeper. There's not a whole lot else we can do, so let's just go pretty much straight to the innkeeper. And now we can talk to her and see what she had a problem with. Welcome back, Professor. I've been so looking forward to your return. Thank you. Was there something you wished to discuss with me? Oh my, yes. Listen to this. One of the guests here just performed a doze and dash routine on me. The man's gone and so are all of his things. I'd like you to bring him back. I am a businesswoman, after all. How can I run a business with scoundrels skipping out on the bill like this? Would you mind if I looked around the man's room? Please do. Look at it all you want. Here, I'll show you in. Yuck! What an absolute pigsty. This whole place stinks of smoke and there's trash everywhere. Beatrice, can you describe this guest's appearance for me? Well, he had a sharp mustache, and it was pretty clear he wasn't from around here. That was obvious. A mustache reeks of smoke. Oh, do you suppose she could be talking about Inspector Chelmy? Inspector Chelmy, isn't he the self-important windbag who's been up at Reinhold Manor? No, that's not him. The man who stayed here just looks so much more evil. He was wearing a long trench coat. I'm sure you know the type. Oh, where could he have run off to? Sorry to ask this, Professor, but would you be a darling and find the thief who skipped out on his bill? Well, not much we have left to do, but pretty much start Chapter 6. Be a darling and find that bill-dodging thief. Honestly, how are we ever going to make progress on our search for the golden apple? Things aren't looking good. No one knows anything about the item in question, and we have no leads. I'm beginning to wonder if this golden apple that everyone is in a flap over even exists. Now, Luke, I wouldn't say we're without any leads. Think, my boy. There's a place in St. Mystere that every villager has warned us to stay away from. What do you mean? The tower, Luke. No matter who we ask, no one seems to know a thing about the place. But suppose for a moment that the tower has something to do with the golden apple. Then it follows that the people of St. Mystere, scared to draw near the tower, wouldn't know anything. Of course, we need to investigate that tower. The tower marks the far northern border of St. Mystere. Let's search the road north of the market for a route to the tower. And the beginning of Chapter 6. No. And we should be pretty short on hint coins, so I don't think I need to spend, well, short on hint coins able to find. Still haven't used a single one of the 100 plus I've already found, but we shouldn't have to find any more for a little while anyway. Let's see. I believe you are our next puzzle. Indeed, okay. Good day, gentlemen. How's your investigation coming along? I can't imagine it's much fun asking questions all day, so how about a puzzle to liven things up? Number 72, The Sound of Silence. Puzzle's worth 40 points. Which of these words doesn't make the sound of silence? Note, rhythm, rest, treble, chord, and scale. Well, Let's see. What do you think it means by the sound of silence? I have 131 coins. In this case, what it actually is looking for is which word doesn't contain a letter that's called silent. Like, scale has a silent E, note has a silent E, chord, silent H, treble, silent E, and rest doesn't have any silent letters in it whatsoever, so it does not make the sound of silence.
How does this sound? Professor, I've solved it!
I guess the old advice to write what you know doesn't apply here. That was just too easy. You know, right now I'm penning a mystery novel, and I'm basing the protagonist on you. This is why I've been observing you so carefully. In fact, the more I see of you, the better. So good luck with your search. I'll be watching. We'll give it to Luke. Why not? A reading lamp. Okay. Now, if I'm not mistaken, the village hall, the guy, what's his name in the village hall, has a new puzzle for us. I believe you, yeah. I am responsible for managing the influx and outflux of residents in St. Mystere. In other words, I supervise who gets to stay in this village and who has to be shown the door. If you wish to stay in St. Mystere, I strongly advise that you butter me up by solving this puzzle. Number 73. How many squares? Worth 40 points. The board has 12 dots on it. Your task is to connect these dots to form as many squares as possible. You can use each dot multiple times, and you can orient the squares however you wish to fit on the board. However, to be counted as a square, each corner must be on a dot. How many different squares can be drawn? Well, let's see. Obviously, you have your first... You have the easy group here. You have those 5. That's pretty easy to tell. So we've got 5. However, now we need to start thinking a little bit more diagonally. Instead of squares, we can go with diamonds, and then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. So we got 5 plus 4. We've got 9 so far. And then we've got some really big ones we can make. And then we can make this one too. So we had 5 plus 4 plus 2. And that should be 11 total.
Luke, here's my answer.
Bingo.
Critical thinking is the key to success.
Ah, yes, that's the answer. Very well, then, I approve your application to visit St. Mystere. But when you have finished your business here, I strongly advise you to leave town. A gramophone. Old-timey me stuff. Layton. Now, we're done with you for the moment, so we can leave. Do you have a puzzle? I don't think you do, but I'll look. Nothing good can be said about the tower. I've heard it's all sorts of scary. You should stay away, yep. Nope, you have nothing new. Darn you. Okay, so let's go ahead and go. We need to go north from here because nobody else in any other area has anything. You got something new for us there? Adria's really nice, but she comes up with some tough puzzles. No, nothing. Cat and mouse game? Animal lover, aren't you, Luke? We've already talked about that, so no. Okay. Now, if I'm not mistaken, Archibald... Archibald's in here, isn't he? Yes, he is. Yep, there he is. I think you have a new puzzle for us, don't you? So sorry to bother you while you're busy, but you'd make an old man very happy by helping with this puzzle. Certainly, let's have a look. Number 109, The Laziest Man on Earth. Worth 30 points. Behold, before you sits the laziest man in the entire world. Known far and wide for his aversion to physical activity, this slug has designed his house so that he can grab anything without leaving the comfort of his recliner. Using an elaborate set of tools, including a fishing rod, extendo arm, and high-energy magnets, this legendary loafer has put everything in the room within reach. However, despite his efforts, there's one place he can't reach without getting off his duff. And where do you think that is? Where is the one place that he cannot get to in this house without getting up? Well, I'll give you a hint. It's a covered spot. And it's actually, if I can draw the circle correctly, going to be... drag this circle. Oh, let's see. Somewhere in here. I hope it counts as right. Because if he wants to get under there, he has to actually get up and move the chair.
Luke, here's my answer.
Hey, counted it good.
Critical thinking is the key to success.
Yep. But he doesn't have to get up for anything else. He might want to take care of that hole in the back of his chair. That's the thing. You know, might want to get up for that. So that's the answer. In my heyday, I could have solved a puzzle like that before you could say cobblestone. My goodness, I guess I'm getting soft in my old age. Ooh, a teak table. Layton would like teak. I hope Layton likes teak. Once again we are done with the old man. And I think the only thing we can do here is just go forward. And yeah, we want to go talk to Mr. Garble. Mr. Gobble Gobble, Snarf Snarf, whatever you want to call him, in here. Because he has another puzzle for us. Strangely enough. Hey, Professor and Sidekick, I've been waiting for someone like you. Listen, I've got something very interesting to tell you if you solve this puzzle here. Number 104, a sweet treat, worth 30 points. On the way home from the store, you unwrap a perfectly square block of chocolate. Much to your dismay, you find that only 4 of the 16 chocolate squares have an almond in them. You and your 3 friends want to divide the chocolate evenly among the lines between the squares. However, just to make things interesting, you've decided to divide it so that each piece is the same shape and contains an almond in a different location. Good luck. Well, this is actually a lot easier than you think it is. There are only a few ways to divide these up so you'd have an almond in every section, And in this case, if you know how to play Tetris, you've probably figured out which one you want. You want a bunch of L-shaped blocks. Now, the only way that's going to work, I believe, if we do this. Okay, it's just going to let me have that, isn't it? And we go straight down here. And then we want, yep. Let's see. One at the corner, one in the short, one each in, yep, that is exactly what we want. Right there, L-shaped.
Luke, here's my answer. Every puzzle has
Now, let's see if our 30 points get us something that is actually, you know, interesting. Unlike any time else. Ah, I see now. Heck, is that really all I need to do to solve it? Oh yeah, I promised to tell you something, didn't I? Well, listen here. The greatest culinary delight in all of St. Mystere is Crouton's ginger pudding. It's delish. Ironically, the worst thing you could ever put in your mouth is also a dish of croutons. Honestly, you could choke a donkey with these scones. Blech. Ooh, a statue. Yeah, we'll give that to Layton. And once again, as I did 2 videos ago, we end up at Prosciutto's place with a very, very non-useful tidbit of information handed over to us. I'm sensing patterns here. Oh well. In any event, it's once again time to cut the video. I will see you all again next time for more Let's Play Professor Layton in the Curious Village. Take care, everyone.